For many high-earning professionals such as doctors, money might not be a day-to-day worry. However, when it comes to planning for the future, things can quickly become overwhelming. The thought of retirement can seem distant and uncertain, causing many to work long hours and earn as much as they can just to be safe. But is this really the best way to secure your financial future? Without a well-planned financial strategy, even high earners can struggle to make their money last. It might seem impossible to retire early, to build a lasting legacy for your family, or simply cut down on the number of hours that you work. But what if I told you if you looked through all that noise, every financial plan can come down to just 4 numbers? These numbers can be referred to as variables or levers, because each of them can be toggled in different ways to achieve different outcomes. The first lever is your available assets. That's your retirement money, any properties that you have, investments, or perhaps businesses. The second lever is your desired lifestyle. What life do you want these assets to give you? The third lever is your expected return. What return can you expect from these assets? Lastly, we have lever number 4, longevity. How long your assets can sustain your dream lifestyle. It is our job as financial planners to guide and educate you through these different levers and help co-create a plan in real time so that you can see the impact of pulling each of these different levers. We do this by using our world-class financial planning tool. Let's take a look at a practical example so you can see how we can turn the complex into an easy-to-understand financial plan. Dr. Smith is 50 years old and plans to retire at the age of 65. He would like to receive an after-tax income of 50,000 Rand per month in today's money, increasing every year in line with inflation. This represents the lifestyle number in his financial plan. Dr. Smith currently has a retirement annuity valued at 5 million Rand, which he is currently contributing 20,000 Rand per month to. He also has a unit trust worth 1 million Rand, and he has a primary residence which he still owes 2 million on and is paying 18,000 Rand per month on a 9.5% interest rate on this bond. He also has an amazing holiday home worth 2.5 million, which is all paid off. All of these represent Dr. Smith's assets and the asset number in his financial plan. With regards to the overall return of these assets, Dr. Smith is conservatively invested, and so we've assumed a return of 2 to 3% above inflation, which in simple terms is 7.5% a year. We've done this before and after retirement using 5% for inflation. We also assume that his property value increases in line with inflation of 5% every year. These numbers represent the return number in Dr. Smith's plan. Now that we've got the first 3 numbers, we can calculate the potential longevity. That's the 4th number in his financial plan. As you can see, starting off with these assumptions, Dr. Smith can sustain his ideal lifestyle until the potential age of 74. So the question is, which one of the 4 levers can he consider to improve the overall outcome of his plan? To help answer this question, we'll now use our world-class financial planning software to co-create a plan with Dr. Smith in real time. So now let's create a plan scenario for Dr. Smith, where we can see the impact of any changes that we make. We're going to start where most clients are drawn to first, which is the return. What if Dr. Smith took on more risk and targeted a high return of inflation plus 4 to 5% before and after retirement? In simple terms, this means increasing his exposure to growth assets such as equities in order to target 9.5% as opposed to 7.5%. This will increase Dr. Smith's overall longevity from age 74 to age 84. However, Dr. Smith would need to be willing to accept that there would be a 19% chance that his portfolio would be negative over any 1-year period. Dr. Smith then asked, what if I saved more? He could invest an additional 5,000 Rand per month into a unit trust investment until retirement. This increases the overall longevity of Dr. Smith's plan from age 84 to age 88. Upon seeing that, Dr. Smith wondered, what if I retire a little bit earlier? Let's say 62 instead of age 65. Making this adjustment reduced the longevity of Dr. Smith's plan from age 88 to age 77. I suggested then that we improve the overall liquidity and tax efficiency in Dr. Smith's plan post-retirement. To do this, we would assume that Dr. Smith commutes at retirement 10% of his retirement money and draws 6% from his living annuity and not the original 2.5%. This will give his liquid capital more chance to grow later in retirement, and the benefit of this is that he now gets to draw a more tax-efficient income over the lifespan of his retirement. This increased the overall longevity of Dr. Smith's plan from age 77 to age 82. At retirement, Dr. Smith will still owe approximately $1.2 million on his bond. And this repayment will obviously increase his total retirement expenses when he gets to retirement because he's still paying off this bond. But what if we could settle all this debt prior to retirement? If Dr. Smith wanted to be debt-free at retirement, he would have to increase his repayment from 18,000 Rand a month to 23,000 Rand a month. This would increase the overall longevity of his plan from age 82 to 86. The discussion then turned to medical aid, and Dr. Smith mentioned that on average, it increases 3 to 4% above inflation every year. So in Dr. Smith's expenses, we split out the medical aid of 5,000 Rand and increased it to 9%, or 4% above inflation every year. This then decreased the overall longevity of his financial plan from 86 to 80. In order to cater for this loss, Dr. Smith considered selling his holiday home at retirement, because by then the kids would have left home. This increases the overall longevity of his plan from age 80 to 93. Lastly, Dr. Smith decided, well, what if I retired at age 63 as opposed to 62? This increased the overall longevity of his plan from 93 to 95. And this was an age that Dr. Smith felt comfortable with and wanted to bring this plan to life. He feels quite relaxed about the plan because he co-created it alongside us. Let's take a quick look back to Dr. Smith's starting point, his current scenario. We can compare this to his plan scenario that he co-created alongside us. As you can see, it's quite a big difference. Each client's phone numbers will be unique, and the levers that they pull will all be different. However, with the use of our financial planning software, we can simplify financial planning and demonstrate the value of long-term financial planning decisions in real time. So if you're one of the many that lie awake worrying about your financial future, or if you're working non-stop without a clear plan for your savings and retirement, take heart. With a well thought out financial plan, you can achieve the peace of mind you deserve. Just imagine a life where you don't have to work as hard as you do right now, and you can actually enjoy the fruits of your labor without any fear. It is possible, so why wait? Contact Client Care today to start building the life you've always wanted. Take control of your finances and your future, and start living the life that you deserve.